I woke up today and I was really, really hungry. So the first thing that came to my mind was, oh, let me get some breakfast. Kept looking around to see any place other than Dunkin' Donuts was open, and the only other place that was open was a really, really long line. Sadly, I went to Dunkin' Donuts. But before I went there, I saw something pop up on my phone because I watch YouTube sometimes when I walk around because I use music on YouTube. Yes, I know. Evil. Evil, evil, evil. But I don't care. So I was listening to music and I refreshed my subscription feed and I see that out of all the people that Dude in the Room could have looked at for his YouTube and channel sort of analysis and breakdown, you chose me. So that was very shocking to me, obviously. For a second, I genuinely was like, there's no way this is real. There's no way. The second I knew it was real was when my Dunkin' Donuts order came out incorrectly. I ordered the double chocolate. I saw the double chocolate. I even said it, and I still got the normal chocolate. So I want to talk about this video. I want to see all the critiques that he has. I want to really delve into, everything he's talking about. There's a YouTuber I'm a really, really big fan of. It's someone I really respect in the YouTube community because of how successful he's been. Plus, he also liked One Piece, and I love One Piece. So I just really want to get right into it.
All right, so our next patient is KevDog, or even KevDog, depending on how you prefer to pronounce it, I don't know, whose name, of course, implies a One Piece channel, but it is actually split-focused, as implied by the banner, which says, talking about whatever I'm obsessed with.
So I'm going to go about this point by point to sort of give a deep dive as to my thoughts on each of the things he's saying. So for this one, he says that it sounds like a One Piece channel, but it's actually multi-focus. This channel was originally specifically just to cover One Piece content because One Piece was the series that I was totally obsessed with at the time, and I just really wanted to talk about it. The main reason I actually even started my channel was to make a theory video that I had for a really long time that I've never heard anyone else in the One Piece community say, which is that Vegapunk is based off of this one actor. I really enjoyed making that video. I felt very passionate about it. However, like most of the One Piece content on my channel, it just did My original banner for a really, really long time wasn't even featuring any other series. It was solely One Piece with Roger and Whitebeard clashing. And I just really like this banner. It's actually my phone wallpaper, but it doesn't have my name in the middle. So I just thought it was nice.
Which is nice, I like that honesty. It makes the channel seem quite genuine. However, I will say that this is a great cautionary tale of split content though, because this channel has actually seen quite a bit of success with JoJo videos.
This is something I'm actually really, really happy about. JoJo was the first ever series I ever got into, all the way back when I was in high school and I watched Part 4 because I just thought the art style looked so cool, so colorful, and the action looked pretty cool. But then it turns out there was this whole other sort of series before it, so I was like, oh, okay, I'll start from the beginning. I've been reading JoJolion since I was in high school too, and now that's over. That's the reason I started JoJo content on my channel. I was just like, oh, JoJolion's finally over. I've been reading this for like years and years. Let me give my thoughts on it since I've been a frequent reader for such a long time. However, with the reveals of the Stone Ocean anime and Part 9 coming out pretty soon, there's a lot of hype, and I wanted to talk about it because I really, really like the series, and I want to talk to people who are also passionate about it. And honestly, I feel as though a lot of the hype has died because of this whole Netflix thing, but being able to talk about it and get my thoughts out on it has been really satisfying, and seeing other people dealing with the BS that this has been dealt with, it's just fun. I have considered doing a video on my thoughts on what Part 9 could be about, like a theoretical sort of outline of what could happen, but other really big JoJo YouTubers have already covered this topic already months and months ago, so I feel like it would just get lost in the shuffle and not really do anything.
In fact, the two best performing videos on the channel are oddly specifically about Toru from Part 8. And apart from a couple of outliers here and there, the videos that have achieved over 1,000 views are pretty much exclusively JoJo. Which is good news in a way because, bam, KevDog has hit an audience here. He's done what every aspiring YouTuber wants to do and what 99% of them never get to, which is tap into an audience.
So I gotta change because that sweater was really, really hot. I do want to talk about the Toru thing. It's kind of surreal to me, I'm not gonna lie. Like, if you look up Toru on Google, my video is one of the first things to show up, or like Toru JoJo. And it's just like, it feels weird. It feels really, really weird. Like, I think I'm forever associated with this character. And Toru has such a rabid fan base in the JoJo fandom because a lot of people either really, really like him or hate him like me. This video is obviously pretty controversial. Before YouTube removed the dislike ratio, there were a lot of dislikes on that video. Divisive video, to say the least. I do really want to say just thank you though, like for sort of acknowledging like, yeah, you tapped into an audience. It's really nice to hear that sort of stuff. And besides JoJo, really recently I started doing videos on these shows that I've been really obsessed with, The Owl House and Amphibia, and those videos have also done pretty well. Almost all of them are over 1,000 views as well. It's just nice to hear that the stuff that I do want to cover and I do really care about is actually getting views. It's really kind of crazy because it's not an anime at all, and seeing that I could just do that and be passionate about it and people will watch it, it's just really satisfying, you know?
So at this point, I would look for the common threads behind those successful videos because I know that JoJo doesn't automatically equal success. Like there are a fair few lackluster ones in there, but I would find the common threads and push those further because the One Piece content, look, it's just not really working in comparison.
This is definitely something I've been feeling for quite a while. I feel sort of indebted to One Piece because that was the thing I started the channel on, and don't get me wrong, it still is literally my favorite series ever. I feel like my content on the series itself has felt rather stale for quite a while. The views on these are horrendous, like they just are. I definitely understand this critique, and he mentioned earlier the idea of covering too many things at once. This is definitely something that I think is a valid take on this one. People could just watch other One Piece channels with much bigger followings in order to get that same sort of feeling and sort of satisfaction.
With the videos themselves, the audio is pretty solid, the vocals are nice and warm, there's no echo, which is good. It's perfectly listenable to. And several of the videos feature a drawn character as an avatar, which is a nice solution to not having to be on camera like what I do. Being on camera by its very nature, it's quite cost prohibitive because you do need that initial investment into entry-level gear just to compete for people's attention.
Quick little things, because this is recorded a few days after. Firstly, I graduated college, so pretty sick. Secondly, I don't really know what's happening to me today, but my eyes are watering uncontrollably. So if you want to see me look like this, you're sadly going to have to wait for another day where I don't care as much about the way I look because my eyes are in incredible pain. So no more camera for the rest of this video. But on the topic of cameras, Liam brings up a really great point about having an actual good camera when you start this stuff. I always had to use the camera that is literally stuck in my laptop whenever I do a stream, and I'm not gonna lie, it looks really crusty. Like when I see my camera, this is the first thing I think about without any question. However, shockingly enough, the camera that I've used throughout most of the video at this point is from my phone, and it looks shockingly decent in my opinion. I didn't know that iPhones really had that good of a camera. Sure, it is annoying that I have to record it and then use the audio from this and then do all that other stuff to like transition it so they link together, but it definitely looks good in my opinion. My actual setup right now is so horrendous, so I'm actually going to show you a photo that I took pretty recently of what I've had to do in order to make my laptop run well, and you probably won't believe this. So as you can see, the bottom of my laptop is actually completely gone, and this is for one main reason. The airflow in my laptop is so horrendous that I literally had to remove the bottom of it in order to ensure that more air got into the laptop. It's just a normal laptop. There's no battery inside of it because that stopped working a while ago as well. So literally it's just plugged in forever, or else I'll lose everything I ever have on this laptop. So a lot of fun making these videos, especially knowing they can die in any second. But the fact that I somehow got monetized off of this thing, it brings me a lot of hope, I'm not gonna lie. I am really hoping to invest in myself a lot more, get an actual computer at some point, and really try to make this feel a lot more professional as the time goes on, especially now that I'm done college and I could really focus on this while still trying to get a job, obviously. But for real though, any techie people who might be able to help me with this setup, please comment. I really need help getting an actual computer.
Overall for Kev, there's a couple of key takeaways. One, your channel focus is probably too broad. Starting a general channel is just, it's extremely difficult these days, and if I were you, I would really focus on exploring that JoJo niche that you've stumbled upon. And secondly, this might sound harsh, but every chapter reaction you make is probably just adding another weight to pulling your channel deeper and deeper down the sea of obscurity that is YouTube. Reactions are just not the meta anymore.
So on the topic of JoJo, to start this off, I definitely agree. I have a lot of plans for JoJo content in the future. Risotto from part 5, Foo Fighters from part 6, and hopefully some other characters down the line as well if the momentum keeps going. But this risotto video is really taking a long time because footage of this character is very hard to come by because he's not in a lot of stuff, sadly, even though he's really, really sick. So finding stuff is a bit difficult for me, I'm not gonna lie, but it is coming. I have a script pretty much completely done, and I'm just literally looking for footage. For other JoJo stuff down the line, I'm definitely going to be covering the Rohan spin-off that's happening right now, because this one's actually a two-parter, and I'm going to cover it when the second part is actually released. The first part was pretty good, but I wasn't sure if I want to make a video on it since it's not even done. But I'm excited to see where it goes. I like the whole tragic element to this one that's different from a lot of the other ones in my opinion. Obviously, Part 9 content. I'm very excited for Part 9, and I just think it has a lot of potential, so I would love to talk about that in pretty extensive details. But on the topic of One Piece reactions, yeah, let's talk about that. This is another take I really agree on as well. I think that some reaction channels do really, really great. For example, King Recon, because he goes very, very in-depth with the stuff he's talking about, or Brago, who does these insane, almost 6-hour streams, or even King of Lightning with his reaction videos that are highly edited and actually show some manga panels from time to time. Will I still do One Piece reactions? Yeah, I like streaming them, I like talking to people, but will I upload them to the channel? Probably no. These things really don't have good views and make the rest of the channel literally pulled down in comparison, so I think that having them on the Twitch exclusively and uploading them there would be a great way to show, hey, if you want to see this stuff still, you can watch it there where I streamed it anyway. But overall, I genuinely do really agree with what Liam is saying here. I feel as though the reactions are very just stock standard, and people could get something much more enjoyable for people who are already very firmly established in the One Piece community, like the people I literally said a few seconds ago. So again, I could definitely see where he's coming from with this, and I think this is a very, very solid opinion to have.
But good luck, because you've already done the impossible by actually finding an audience. So at this point, you do have all the tools you need to move forward.
Thank you. Genuinely, very, very, very much thank you, because it really meant a lot to me that you would consider checking my channel, even though I don't really have a high sub count. So thank you, genuinely. All this advice was really, really helpful, and I'm definitely going to focus on JoJo and all the stuff that I've actually found a niche on in the future, rather than continually trying to push One Piece content out that I'm not super passionate about. But if I do get that One Piece bug and really have a video I'm passionate about and I really want to try, I'm gonna give it a shot and make it, because genuinely I feel like if I have a video that's I'm so determined to make, it'll probably do better than a normal chapter reaction or review. I know it might not sound genuine because you can't really see my face right now, but it really did help a lot. If you haven't seen the original video, he talks about some other YouTubers in there as well, not just myself. I would recommend giving it a watch. I'm going to put it down in the pinned comment below. And yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this little reaction sort of analysis, because it's not really a live reaction. It's more just me giving my thoughts. I don't really know. So yeah, thanks for checking it out. Go check out Liam's channels because he has multiple. Check out all his stuff in the description. And yeah, hope you enjoyed, and have a good one.